Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. In today's episode, I will guide you towards the major energy for May, and we will get a focus on what's going to happen next week because we have the new moon in Taurus. Saying that, if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe to get a weekly update on the energetics and astrological insight for each week that can help you to navigate better life and business. So saying that, May, it's if I need to describe May in one word, would be major expansion. Major expansion. Why? Because the main character for May is the planet Jupiter, and also the sign of Taurus. And I will explain what I mean. Why major opportunities? So think back in April. In April, we had a lot of contractions. We had a lot of healings, especially during Mercury retrograde. We had also a lot of challenges and bumpy times that we had around the period of the solar eclipse. So it was really a tough time for a lot of us. And let's say entering May, finally we can start to feel a bit of calm energy, kindness that are typical from Taurus. And it's really important in the next weeks to really calm down, especially our nervous system, to recharge. Because let's say towards the end of May, the energy is gonna really speed up, especially when Jupiter will enter Gemini. So a lot of communication will happen, and because Jupiter is bringing a lot of expansion, this expansion may be different in our lives. For some people, we might have expansion in our relationships. For other people, new experiences. For other people, new work opportunities, and for other people, travel experiences, for example. So it's really important to prepare ourselves and to ground ourselves in order to receive all these new growth opportunities that the planet Jupiter is giving to us. So the main question for you will be with the new moon in Taurus will be what you are willing to initiate and then later on receive by the planet Jupiter. And you will notice that towards the month of May, that what you will receive, you can do a check-in in a couple of weeks. What you will receive will be most probably the seeds that you planted and the intention that you planted 6 months before. So now you can have a nice feedback on what you were dreaming 6 months ago. And so May, to say in another words again, it's a time to finally receive who you're meant to be and to receive finally what is well deserved in your life. Might be in a relationship, might be in business, who knows. Saying that, let's approach slowly to the meaning and the energy for the new moon in Taurus. So saying that, I will first share my screen so I can guide you through the main aspect and transit, and so that you can understand better the energy. And you can connect and link with energy that I'm going to explain to you to your personal life and business. So let's share the screen. Hopefully that you can see. Okay, so here is the main transit. So we have the new moon. I hope that you can see my cursor. You have the sun and the moon at 18 degrees in Taurus, and with every new moon, the sun and the moon are conjunct. And so, as I was saying before, it's a perfect moment to set new intention that later you will receive from Jupiter. Where to plant this seed? Well, you can plant these seeds. You can first of all connect with your body. to try to feel where you can plant these new seeds of intention that will be developed over the next weeks. Or you can actually see where this new moon in Taurus is happening, is transiting in your birth chart, so that you can condition your intention according to the transit that is passing to your birth chart, so that it will be more more effective. So as I said before, and I will repeat now because it's really important, it's a beautiful, this new moon in Taurus, it's a beautiful time to pause, to recharge, to calm our nervous system. How we can do that? We can do that by connecting with our with the main themes of Taurus, which are, for example, to give you some example, are the Taurus represent not only Mother Earth, not only represent the theme then of agriculture, but it represents also our physical body. So, in order to calm our nervous system and recharge, during next week, we should focus to pay attention to our physical body, so we can do and to ground ourselves. So it's really important to have to practice a lot of grounding activities, like, for example, breath work, walking barefoot, hugging a tree, connecting with nature, typical themes of Taurus, and do a lot of physical activity. Walking can also be a good activity to really feel and be connected with our body. You can notice that we have 5 planets. As I said at the beginning of our video, we have 5 planets. So we have Venus that is behind everyone. We have 5 planets in Taurus. But what it is also most important that you might didn't notice is that we have 2 planets that they are in their natural energy. So we have Venus that is in Taurus, but then we have also Mars that is in Aries. What does it mean that in your life and business? That next week you might feel a sense of flow, a sense of easiness, because Mars in Aries, it's all about a step into our inner sovereignty, and Venus is knowing your own value, owning your value or owning your worth. And so it's something that is you might of course, depending on your birth chart, which aspect are doing, because this is a collective reading, but you might feel a lot of easiness and flow in your life. Saying that, let's go back to the 5 planets. So I was saying that we have 5 planets. Jupiter and Taurus are Jupiter and Uranus are still in Taurus. If you want to understand better this theme, you can I created a dedicated video for the biggest connection that we had that we are still having till mid of May. You can check in my YouTube library. But to summarize, Jupiter representing expansion and Uranus represent the main theme of expected and unexpected. So let's say with this conjunction, it represents a big quantum leap for many people in our collective, on a personal level, on a collective level. And you may notice that Jupiter is creating a sextile with Neptune that is in Pisces. So Neptune is here and is creating a sextile with Neptune. What does it mean that in simple terms? It means that there is something that you are meant to closing out and see what how far you have grown, how far you have learned about some aspect of your life or your business. And let's say, even if there is a new moon that is setting your intention with this sextile, is like Jupiter is inviting us to recall all the aspects of our life and business that we have worked a lot on ourselves, and focus. It's inviting us to focus about the lesson that we have learned and the lesson that we have integrated. So that is the main energy that you might feel in the next upcoming weeks, especially because I forgot to mention, we had in the previous weeks the conjunction, but now it's not anymore a conjunction because Uranus is 22 degrees of Taurus and Jupiter 25 degrees of Taurus. So they have Jupiter and Uranus, they have 3 degrees that are moving apart. So what does it mean that in simple terms? That there is something that you really work on yourself, and now you see in a different perspective, and you are able to integrate that part because you have worked so much on that part of yourself. Saying that, let me take my notes so that I can guide you in a structured way. You can see that there are a lot of changes all over this period. You see all the planets that are in line because of the changes that are bring by Uranus. There is a need really that you stay grounded, and so there is a need that is bring by that is bringing the new moon. The new moon in Taurus to stay grounded, and literally, despite all the changes that Uranus will bring, and really knowing who you are, with knowing your inner sovereignty, you can see here with Chiron in Aries and the North Node in Aries. So I know it's the main theme will be I know who I am, Aries. We still have all the energies since the last 3 months. So owning who you are or owning your inner sovereignty. Despite outside, there will be a lot of changes that Uranus is bringing during this period, because for everything that need to for every new creation, Uranus and Jupiter are bringing a 14-year cycle of new creation. There will always be a period of destruction in order to rebuild the new. Saying that, we have the moon also, that the moon and the sun that are sextile to Jupiter, that is here, Jupiter in Pisces, and with Saturn, not Jupiter, sorry, with Saturn in Pisces. With Saturn in Pisces, it's here as an energy to support this new moon, in Taurus, so to support this new intention. What does it mean that in simple terms? Saturn can bring some restriction, and Pisces can bring release. Saying that in simple terms, when you set a new intention during this period, there will be something that you need to cut out, that you will not need to bring into the next chapter of your life. So it's like, okay, in this new chapter of my life, what I will bring with me and what I need really to let go. Then we have, as I said, behind the train, the main train of the 5 planets in Taurus, we have Venus in Taurus. It's a calm energy. It's a kind reminder energy that is reminding us that we own our value, we are worth it, we are enough, and it's a supporter energy to what our heart is desiring, and so supporting us to connect to our heart in order to set with our heart the new intentions. So in one word, it's follow your heart. And it's a reminder also, if you want, that you don't need an external validation. Then, last but not least, let's say we have another reminder here in all the picture, because we have Mercury that is conjunct Chiron at 21 degrees in Aries, and Mercury represents the messenger, and the messenger The messenger is a bit impatient because he's in Aries, and is a long time was a long time in Aries, and Chiron is the wounded healer. So Mercury, the messenger, will bring in the next weeks new insight to the wounded healer, to Chiron. There will be like next week might be a new realization, a new insight about your journey here, and this new insight will be passed through Mars in Aries to finally take action and act upon this big insight and big realization. So that's the main energy for next week. I trust this information was really useful to help you in your healing journey and to have more insight and realization for next week. And thank you very much, and see you in the next episode. Ciao.